If you're a graduate and you've felt that pull, that feeling that you want to be part of the solution in our classrooms, this deep dive is for you. We're looking at a very specific path, the postgraduate certificate in education in senior phase and further education and training teaching, specifically the one offered by Boston City campus.
Exactly. Think of this qualification as the essential bridge. You've got your degree, you have that subject expertise, but you need the professional qualification to actually teach. So your mission, if you're listening, is to really get what this program is, who it's for, and why Boston's approach seems to be so effective for getting people ready for that grade 7 to 12 classroom.
Okay, let's unpack this then. At its very core, who is this for?
Well, it's specifically for people who already hold a relevant bachelor's degree, or in some cases, certain approved diplomas. If you have that knowledge base, this is how you formalize it into a teaching career.
Right, and it's not just a general how to teach course, is it? It's more specialized.
It's very specialized, and that's crucial. Graduates are trained to teach two specific subjects. So one of them is in the senior phase, that's your grades 7 to 9, and the other is in the further education and training phase, which covers grades 10 to 12.
And that dual specialization, that's important.
It's very important. It aligns directly with the 2015 Department of Higher Education and Training policy. It means graduates are, immediately more versatile, more marketable.
Let's talk about time, because for a career changer, that's a huge factor.
There's real flexibility built in. You can do an intensive one-year program, which is a minimum of 40 hours a week. It's a big commitment. Or you can stretch it over 2 years. The weekly load there is around 20 to 24 hours, so it's adaptable.
And at the end of all that, what's the professional payoff?
The payoff is official recognition. Once you successfully complete the qualification, you're eligible to register with the South African Council for Educators as a professionally qualified teacher. That's the official stamp, the green light.
Okay, so that brings up a big question for me. I mean, we all know teaching is tough. If you're coming from another career, you might have the subject knowledge. But isn't there a fear of being, thrown in the deep end without the actual classroom skills?
That is precisely the fear this program is designed to tackle. It's not just theory. It's about merging what you know your subject with pedagogy, which is really just the professional way of saying the how of effective teaching. The source material really highlights the intensive, structured teaching practice.
Structured practice. So what does that actually cultivate in a new teacher? What do they walk away with?
They walk away with tangible skills. They learn to really engage critically with their subject matter, sure, but also how to pick the right teaching methods for the right situation. They become really aware of different learning environments, and especially the diversity we have in South African classrooms.
Right.
And all of that translates into real-world competence, managing the classroom, communicating with parents, creating a supportive, inclusive space. It's about building excellence through self-reflection.
So why Boston City campus specifically? What makes their version of this qualification stand out?
Well, first, there are their credentials. They're registered as a private higher education institution here in South Africa, and they also have international institutional accreditation with the British Accreditation Council. Plus, eligible graduates can join the Golden Key National Honor Society, which is a nice mark of quality.
Okay, so there's validation. But what about the day-to-day student experience?
I think that's where the practical differentiators really come in. For one, all required textbooks are included in the fees.
That's a huge deal. That saves students thousands of rands right off the bat.
A huge deal. It just removes one big financial stressor. And then there's the online model itself.
Sure, online gives you control over your time, your pace, but some people worry about falling behind.
And they've thought about that. They have monitoring systems in place to track how you're doing. If you start to fall behind, they actually intervene. So it's not just you on your own. There's accountability built in.
And there's physical support too, isn't there? That seems like a key part of the safety net.
Yes. That's a potent combination. You get the online flexibility, but you also have access to support staff and, crucially, 50 physical support centers across the country. You can go there, get help. It bridges that gap between digital and physical.
So it's a very integrated approach.
It is. The whole pathway for this postgraduate certificate in education in senior phase and further education and training teaching is about combining that deep subject knowledge with intense practical application. The goal is for graduates to be able to walk into a school and demonstrate best practice teaching from day one.
So if you're listening to this, what's the final takeaway? It seems the program really emphasizes reflection on your own values and professional behaviors. So our final thought for you is this. Beyond the curriculum, beyond the assignments, what specific professional behaviors will you personally commit to cultivating? What will ensure you have not just a good first year, but long-term excellence in your classroom? If you're ready to answer that, maybe enrolling online is your next step.